Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back to Trade Genius Live. I'm your host and the brand ambassador of the Edge from the prop firm, TradeGheenyuz, and we are in here on a Thursday. Man, I don't know. Well, for the ones that's in the inner circle, I'm sure y'all saw the announcement my big brother put out. Very, very depressing. And there's no feelings in trading, but that right there, crazy. That's all I can say. Not the post, but just the whole idea of, you know what I mean? Like what's going on behind that. It's crazy. Well, that's why when you have a strategy and I would say you, you have a strategy, like it's just, you don't share it. If you have like a strategy within a community, you keep it within the community and you keep it there. But evidently someone decided to take the strategy to I'm gonna talk about it. And I don't care because it's facts. So if anybody gets in their feelings, it is what it is. Holla at me. That's all I'm gonna say. So with that stated, you're going to take a strategy and you're going to take it to a platform that has over 1 million followers, and you're going to trade this strategy, and the strategy is not even yours. You know what I'm saying? And what you expect to happen. You know what I mean? So, you know, with that stated, it is what it is, the facts. But, you know, people do all kind of things. It's just a trip. Yeah, it's a trip. You know, you got a proven strategy that you're eating off of. But I don't know what the reason the person decided to take it to another platform. Like I don't even know. Of course, I ain't in their head, can't think for them or nothing like that. But at the end of the day, I'm like, don't you think that you'll be messing the money up? You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to speak on it. Like I said, if you don't like what I'm saying, get at me. Straight up. That's just where I'm at with it. And I'm gonna leave it right there. So it's just that's the facts of the situation. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. So at the end of the day, we move on. That's all I can say. We move on. But yeah, that was weak. Weak move. Whether it was a mistake or not, it still was a weak move. So I'm gonna leave it alone. So let's jump in it. Bum Machete, good morning. Trinelli, good morning. Q Grand Risings. Mr. Cologne. Blew my account. Got it. That guy Duce. Hopefully I'm saying that right at work. Headphones, just listening while I'm working. Oh, while I weld. Okay, you're a welder. That's what's up, my guy. That's what's up. Announcement was in the inner circle. Announcement was in the inner circle. Announcements. Yeah, announcements in the inner circle. Was that where it was at? Wait. No, hold on one sec. My bad. It was in my big brother's resource. So it was in Scalp God's resource. My bad. Not in the announcement section. In the inner circle, on the Coaches Trade tab, and go to Scalp God Trades. It's there. So if anybody want to read it. Mr. Lee, amazing morning. I think I just answered that question for you, Mr. Cologne. Pivot Point, good morning. Chalk, good morning. Kiera, good morning. Edgar Martinez, good morning. V. Brewer, good morning. Bodovan, happy trading Thursday. Good to see you in here, my brother. Morbid Drifter, good morning. C. Dub, good morning. Jerry Jack, a.k.a. Mr. Payout in the building. Good morning. Let's see where we at. Todd, good morning. Sneehall, my sister, good morning. Sin, good morning. Karate 357, Grand Risings. Kiara said, how's everyone been? That's what's up. I'm good. Regina Beck, good morning. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yep. Britt, good morning. Serena, good morning. Tutelli, good morning. George Powell, good morning. My sister Canary, good morning. Good to see you. Doucette, got it. Just wanted to make sure I was saying it. I thought, because I know coming from New Orleans, like we would pronounce that Douce, because it's like, New Orleans like French influence, but got you, my brother. Doucette. Boom. Got it. Appreciate you getting me together. April Lambert, good morning. Corbs, good morning. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, if y'all want to read it, and everyone that's in the inner circle, it is it is in Scalp Gosh Trades. All right, so let's how y'all feeling? Let's audit some feelings. Let me know how y'all feeling. Let's do some feeling auditing, some emotion auditing. So there it is. While y'all doing that, I'm waiting for y'all to one word me in the chat. Let me know how y'all feelings and emotions are, where y'all at. Temperature check. I'm going to just get my little copy trader together. And just kind of just rock from there while y'all shoot me all of that. But yeah, y'all. Boom. And this would be 77.60. Boom. All right, everything there is set. Let me just go ahead on and log in over here, and then we'll jump in, check our news, check our daily bias, and then we rocking. Boom. All right, cool. Did I even do? I believe I did. Did I do these? I don't think I did, huh? Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Just checking this. Yeah, I did. Okay, cool. All right, so let's get here. Where we at? Trent, I don't like that. I'm gonna have to drop a dot. Right. Yeah, it's whack. Miss Bossy B, good morning. Karate 357 said mix. Kiara said I'm doing better. I'm forcing myself to wake up early again. That's what's up, Kiara. Todd said cool. I feel good today. Is my daughter's 9th birthday. That's what's up, man. Happy birthday to you, the princess, my brother. For real. I remember my 9th birthday. I'll never forget it because I had a dope. My pops got me a dope cake on my 9th birthday. I'll never forget that. At that time, well, I love football, basketball, and baseball, but at that time I was heavy basketball, and he got me a cake. It was Ernie holding his hands up with a little basketball in it. At 9 years old, I just thought that was the most dopest thing. Never forget that. But yeah, that's dope, man. Shout out to you. Like I said, shout out to your princess, brother. Bodovan said focus, laser focused mind, said mindful. Good morning to you as well. Jojo Word, good morning. Blum Machete said good. Britt said feeling refreshed today. That's what's up. B. Brewer said disgusted. I feel you, bro. I'm still waking up. Won't lie. It's all good. You in here, though. Tutelli said sluggish. Collis said good afternoon. Feeling good. Josh Threats, salute to you, brother, as well. Feeling okay. A little tired. Thunder early this morning. Started the thunder early this morning. Started the dogs barking. Got it. Serena said determined. April Lambert said amazing. Jay Boogie said good. Good morning. Regina Beck irritated. Let the other strats go. Let the other strats go for 5-0. Right? Ready. Viv Point said ready. Haven't traded in a while, so I feel determined to get back into it. That's what's up. Glad you're here. Trinelli says I'm here. Hold on. Is a dope cake like a pot brownie? You wild. That is too funny. I forgot to say good morning. Good morning. That's what's up. A little down about the 5-0. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's wild. Folks, wild. So let's go ahead and let's screen share and let's get to news real quick. Today, y'all know we had Thursday, we had unemployment claims at 5:30. That's pretty much it. And today is a New Zealand bank holiday. That's all. That's it. That's all. All right, we got about a minute before market opens. Definitely wanted to check. Let's see here. I can just do it real quick. 8. So we already know London took out Asia highs, but did not take out Asia lows. So with that stated, we look for the market to be bullish today, but we're not married to that bias. I'm not going to chart it out only because the market is about to open. And let's see what we get. Let me make sure I'm on the correct. Everything is correct. Correct. All right, cool. Nice little top box right here. I don't know if y'all see it. Nice little chop box. And market just open. And let's see what we get.
Order filled. Order submitted.
I took the chop box on my other accounts. Let's see here. I'll do this. And we'll do a buy limit.
Order submitted.
Confirm. All right, cool. Yeah, I took that chop box on my other accounts. On this one, I'm looking for a DS sell. So we'll see. We'll see. See what we get. Put this up a little bit. All right, so let me get in here. The 5-0 was actually doing really well. I mean, the 5-0 is a great strategy. It did well until it got, I'm going to call it getting burnt. It got burnt. That's what I'm going to call it. I'm just going to say it got burnt and just call it what it is. That's exactly what I believe happened, just because the characteristics changed, unfortunately, right around the time that some things changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just looked at the timelines of what was going on, and that's how that went. But yeah, so we'll leave it alone, and we'll just focus on what we got moving forward. And that's that. So hopefully we got market structure shift. Hopefully we can get a fair value gap, and we can target us, target sales.
Order filled.
All right, cool. Well, I took profits on the other account, did 455 and 6 accounts. So close that trade out over there. I'll take that. It actually didn't do what I wanted to do. I was trying to leave a runner, but whatever. So just looking for a fair value gap right here, and then possibly we can get an entry. And then we'll just kind of just go from there. But yeah. Yep. And we possibly could have a 15-minute banger too, just waiting on a fair value gap right now. And we have a lot of sell side liquidity because, as you can see, with all this buying pressure, we know there's a lot of stop losses down here. So yeah, we'll just see. Let's be patient and just wait. Nico, strategy Haikanashi is good. I don't know what you mean. What are you talking about, Mike? What are you talking about, Nico? Let me know. Strategy Haikanashi is good. I'm not sure exactly what strategy do you mean. Let me know. Be specific. Yes, we would definitely need, let's go jump to the 15-minute. We'll definitely need, yes. So we have the first candle, 6:30 for our 15-minute strategy. This candle already is bearish, so we would need this candle right here to close bearish before we can get a move. Before we can get an entry. So, but of course there's 10 minutes on that, and we just got to just sit back and just wait and be patient. We got market structure shift for our DS strat, but we didn't get a fair value gap. Not a sell side fair value gap. This fair value gap don't count. So we'll see. I'm assuming price may take out these highs, because you know that's what NQ loves to do. Take out London highs and then continue on bearish. That's what I'm thinking. Of course, what I'm thinking and what the market does is two different things, but just based on characteristics of NQ. I should say what I'm thinking based on characteristics, because I know how NQ moves. So I'm assuming it'll sweep this London high and then continue on bearish. Did it do it? I don't think so. I think it's off by a few ticks. What's the high here? 785, and it needs to get to 786.50, and it did. So swept London highs, and it could of course continue on bearish, but normal characteristics, I think it would sweep London highs and then come down here and definitely come and grab all. There's a lot of liquidity down here. So I'll tell y'all something crazy. We got off the call last night, right? And I I had a bunch of stuff going on just with, like I tell you, I got a couple of projects that I'm trying to push through. So I was on a lot of phone calls, literally, when we got off yesterday. So I was going to set my entry again for 5-0 strike last night, and got so caught up into my phone calls, went and looked and saw that my sell limit for the 4 contracts to take my base hit was, of course, still on my chart, right? So price hit it, and then it of course it turned that sell limit, because there's no other orders on the chart, so it turned that sell limit into basically an entry. The good thing is price had pulled back, and I heard the bell ring, so I came and looked. I'm like, huh? And I was like, I got in a trade, not realizing that I did not put my entry. So it was like at 100 and I think like $60 because it had pulled back. I just exited and I just shook my head and then I wake up this morning and look how much it did. That would have been like a TP, I don't know, TP 10, TP. I'm like, boy. But it is what it is. So let's see here. Last evening has been moving like piano keys and sweeping out key points. Absolutely bouncing off rejection points. Must be HSS. I'm assuming. I was just trying to see if they could say that 1 hour fair value got up there at 829.98. 829. Got you. And let's see here. Daily bias. Did I miss that? Seems bullish, but trend says bearish still on. No. Daily bias is definitely bullish. That's what I stated. I said that there's a lot of sell side liquidity. You can just kind of, like, if we just go to the 5-minute, right, without drawing it out. So you got to think, we have, where are we at? So we got, you can kind of just look at it and you can kind of tell. So here we go. So 5 to 9, right? And we see these lows, and then we go 11 to 2 a.m. So just looking at that, we know that London did not take out Asia lows, but it did take out Asia highs. So we know we look for the market to be bullish today. So it's definitely bullish bias today. Yep, that one was kind of easy to tell. But yeah, so it's continuing on bullish. All right, so while that's doing that, let's jump and get our mental muscle rocking, excuse me. So jumping into our question of the day. Question of the day today is, what is market structure concept, and how do NQ traders use it to find direction? We talked about this before. So I thought we'd talk about it. Be something good just to kind of tap back in while it was kind of somewhat fresh in our mind. So what is market structure concept, and how do NQ traders use it to find direction? Trend took a quick chop box trade at market open. Yeah, I did. Not the person trend, the market trend. Hold on, what did I miss? Daily bias. I did miss that. Seems bullish, but trend says bearish. Still on. Oh, got you. I like that, Kiara. That was good. That was good. That was dope. Trend, I think, is talking about a new strategy Duvier put out in the Hakanashi. Supporting resistance up to clean pullback. Oh, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure. Morbid, I'm not sure. You have to let me know. I'm not gonna assume, I'm not gonna guess. You just gotta just be specific and just tell me exactly what it is. And then we can rock from there. Not the person trend, the market trend. I love it. But yeah, so Lazy still in the game from yesterday. However, it never hit stop loss. I'm surprised if we hit stop loss and it took off. But you got to remember too, Lazy trades his live account. So I believe I don't know if I think Ninja Trader allows you to pay like an extra, you pay a fee, and I think you can hold I think, we would have to research this. But I know for a fact that Lazy trades his live funds. So of course, then there's no restrictions pretty much to what he can do. Now, with that stated, I truly think that I believe on Ninja Trader, you can pay a fee and you can hold your trades through that 1 hour close, meaning at New York close 5 p.m. Eastern to Australia open at 6 p.m. Eastern. I believe you can do that on Ninja Trader. So if he's still in the trade, then that's how he's still in the trade. All of us can't do that. First of all, you have to be trading your live funds. And then, of course, if I believe Ninja Trader allows you to do that, then you have to pay that fee. I believe they do. But yeah. Personally been seeing the last 2 days. Yeah, it does that. All right, so let's get into market structure. So what is market structure? Only one person answered. Market structure is higher highs or higher lows with the corresponding lower lows or lower highs, and traders can find it by zooming out to the higher time frames and looking left to tell. Also too, you can zoom out, but you don't have to zoom out to find that. And I would say, of course, higher time frames give you confirmation, right? But also too, you can find it on the lower time frames. Very, very easy. And let's see here. So let's do it. Let me just check the 15 minutes, see how much time there's left. Oh, so there's like 2 minutes. Look like we won't get a, possibly. I mean, anything could happen in 2 minutes. Y'all know how NQ rocks, but we'll see. Keep my eye on it. Let's see here. I'll give it to the 5 minute. So I'll go to the 5 minute just to kind of kill some noise on the candles. But basically market structure is what? Higher high, just as Kiara stated. Higher highs, higher low. Excuse me. Did I get that right? Yeah, I want to make sure I said the right person. Higher highs, higher lows. Also too, you're looking for like break a structure, stuff like that. So I'm going to screen share. All right. So when we look at this, right, this was open candle from yesterday. So we're just going to look from here on right now. So we saw there was a little consolidation, right? This is why I like to have these swing high low indicator on my charts, because it helps identify highs, and it also helps us identify market structure. So What's so cool about it is this. Well, cool about having these indicators is this. So we saw we had some consolidation through here, right? And there's a low made here. Of course, there was a high made here, low made here, right? Don't really give us any direction, right? Then we get a higher high, meaning a higher high from the previous high, right? And then price makes up and makes another higher high, right? Then now it makes a higher low because you're comparing this low to this low. So this low is higher than this low. So that would be a higher low. This would be a higher high to this high and to this high, right? So now we're getting an idea of, hey, we possibly could be having a bullish trend, right? But it's not confirmed. So then, like I said, this low's created. Then we have a break of structure. Break of structure meaning price broke below this lower high. And then it makes, price breaks below this higher low because this was a higher low. Then price makes a lower high, right, to this one, right? Because you're always looking at the high and the lows before it. So price makes a lower low. Makes a lower low. Then price goes up and it makes a higher high compared to this high before, right? So we kind of look at this as like price may be ranging a little bit. You can even tell by the candles. Then price comes back down and it makes another lower low to the previous low, right? Another break of structure, right? It's not a change of character just yet. Change of character would be price actually starting to go in the opposite direction of the way that it initially was going. So we can see that it started an uptrend. It ranged a little bit, right? So now we got some lower lows right here, right? Then it goes up. It makes a higher low compared to the high before. Then it comes down and it makes a lower high compared to the low before it, right? Then we have a little break of structure here, right? And then now it makes a higher high compared to these highs. And we're like, okay, maybe we possibly are going to be trending bullish, right? Then now it makes a lower high compared to the low before it. Break of structure again, another higher high. Break of structure again. Then right here, it makes a lower high compared to this high. So now we can say, okay, we got a bullish trend, right? So then it makes another higher high right here. Then we have a pullback with a break of structure, meaning price closing below the previous low or high, in this case, the previous low, and it makes a lower low compared to this low, right? Then it kind of slightly consolidates a little bit, and then it makes another lower low, another break of structure again, makes another lower low. Now, can we say that we're having a bullish trend? No. Can we say that the trend is changing? No. We can call this a pullback. This is really more of a pullback, right? So, of course, you got to think as these candles are forming, there's no candles after it. So, just kind of visualize that we're looking at this chart with none of these candles being here, right? So now, because we don't know what's going to come next, right? And then price goes up, it makes a higher low compared to the low before it. Then we have another break of structure, and it makes a lower low compared to the low before it. And then it starts to go bullish. It makes it have a break of structure here, and then it makes another higher high. So then you can look at this and say, this is not a bullish trend. This is not a bearish trend. This is basically just a pullback, right? Because remember, price is going to pull back. Price will never just go straight up in one direction. It won't just go straight up bullish, and it won't just go straight down bearish. You know what I'm saying? Now, it can do it at particular times, like here, but it won't just constantly just go straight up or go straight down. You're going to have pullbacks for a number of reasons. Why? These fair value gaps. It could be order blocks. You go to higher time frames and you marking out like, how would I say, supply demand levels, right? Price can pull back to that, touch that, and then continue on in the direction that it was going. So that's what market structure is, and that's how you can identify it. Now, let's say Like you can see, like as price was going, we never had a change of character. We only had break of structure. Change of character would have been if price would have did this. Let's say price came down, right? Did something like this, and then did some, and let me just grab another one, and then continued on, right? Come on now. Then we can say that what? This would have been a change of character because now price broke. This is the really the first low that was created during London session. During overnight session, which this was actually Australia at this point. Yeah, it's Australia. So it broke that. Now we can say we have a change of character. Change of character meaning what? Meaning that it's not a confirmed change of character. Is not a confirmed trend direction, but it's a change of character. Meaning like, okay, now we have broken through the most lowest point that price went at during this time, and it pulled back a little bit, and then it continued on bearish. Now we can say here would be this line. Like let's say if price was coming down, just kind of visualize price, these candles doing this. And then we would call that a change of character. We would have a little pullback. It would create like another lower high and another lower low, right? And then price continue on. Then we can say, okay, that is a confirmation that we now have a trend change. The direction has changed. So the change of character, break of structure is just how would I say is the first step to any trend reversal or trend direction. Change of character would be like the second step to say, oh, now we possibly may have a trend like a trend change, that the direction is changing. And then to confirm that, whether that be the trend going bullish or bearish, you would need to see another higher, if it was bearish, you would need to see another lower low and another lower high to confirm the trend direction. And then you can say, okay, that change of character now is confirmed. Now we are in a bearish trend, or vice versa if it was going bullish. So that's pretty much market structure. Real simple, real easy. Let's see here. If you're in the inner circle, we have a market structure document. If you want it, just if you're in the inner circle, just DM me and I'll send it to you. Also, too, you can go to I think my big brother got one on his channel. He has one on his. Oh, you know what? If you're in the inner circle, there's one in the. If you go to Scalp God's resources and scroll all the way up, you'll see a market structure basics PDF, and it's just going over what we just talked about. So, but to cut to the chase, if you're in the inner circle, just DM me and I'll send it to you. Straight up. Yep, 15-minute banker is also invalid. Not also, but the funny thing is, the daily is not invalid yet. Not that anyone said it was, but I'm just saying daily is not invalid. What is this what I'm talking about? All right, so let's see here. Yep, that is correct. Serena, could put it there. I should have known she was on it, as always. Bam. And yep. All right, cool. Cool. The 5 losses took that and closed the chart instead of P&L 502. Got it. Wait. That's a lot of emotions in this chat. Never mind. All right, y'all. Let me get back. Be looking at some stuff in the chats, like too much emotions in them chats. Let's see here. Where are we? So just talking about market structures. Any questions on that? Y'all let me know. But it's market structures. It's fairly simple. When you're new, it's kind of hard because you're not understanding, like, okay, what do you mean break a structure? What do you mean change of character? So, like I said, for those that need some more expert tutelage on that, just shoot me a DM and I'll definitely shoot you the PDF on it and you can check it out. You can also go to YouTube and just Google market structure and just learn it, understand it that way. But the PDF I have is pretty simple. And then what I would say is just go to your chart and just, you can just back up some and you can just start identifying it. You can identify it. You can identify it. That'll let you know. You know what I mean? Like what it is, how would I say, how you correspond, what the PDF is saying to what you see on your chart, and then you just start noticing it. It's pretty simple. It's just it's understanding higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, and lower lows. Real simple. Like I said, anyone have any questions, let me know. This morning buy was bullish, but the 630 painted a 1 minute bearish candle. After that sweep, do we say that there was a change of character to bullish? No. Change of character is not based on one candle. It's based on higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, and lower lows. So even though that one candle printed bullish, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Let's go back to the charts. So yeah, this is just a break of structure. You're talking about this candle right here. 630 candle. Yeah, this is just a break of structure because it broke below the previous swing low, right? But it's just a break of structure. So change of character would be if price came past here. If price came past here, then we can say, okay, we have a change of character. And then if price continued on, then we can say, okay, now we have a confirmation that change of character is truly confirmed. You know what I'm saying? This is just a break of structure. That's all this is. It's just one candle. Remember, market structure is based on higher highs and it's based on lows and highs. So higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows. As you can see, just kind of looking at this, right? Just looking at this, you can see all these highs, you can see all these lows. But as you see, even though we having pullbacks, price is still continuously making higher highs. You can see it. And you can see it's still continuously making higher lows, even though we have these little pullbacks right here, right? These might not be, these two right here may not be higher lows to this low or this one, but you can tell that those are just pullbacks. That's how you can tell. And then because you can see price is still continuing on from there after these two pullbacks, it still made higher highs and still making higher lows. And you can see it like right here. We definitely had a break of structure and a change of character, right? But it never was confirmed, right? It didn't continue on bearish. It was basically just a pullback. That's how you would know. It was just a pullback. It was a change of character, but basically it was just a pullback. It was not a trend change. And then as you can see, it pulled back and it continued on bullish. So the trend really never changed, as you can see. Break of structure, yes. Possible change of character here, but it wasn't confirmed. So that's how you know. And like I said, it's not based off one candle. It's based off highs and lows of of whatever, whatever trend whatever direction it's going in, even if it's ranging. So you have to look at it in its entirety. So like I said, it's not a one candle situation. And it doesn't matter if like New York market just opened and we're coming out of, well, let me see, London is still going right now. London doesn't close for like another hour. Close at 11 a.m. Eastern. So London is still rocking right now. So, but regardless of that, you just basically just offer the candles. And like I said, when you look at this, you can see pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, because you can see price pull back, consolidate a little bit, pull back, and then continued on bullish. So that's the way that you can pretty much tell that. But yeah, a laser focused mind, I recommend, let me see, did we say market structure was still forming? We actually already have market structure. It was just, market structure was actually continuing bullish. This was really just a pullback. That's all it was. And it's the chop box that I took on my other accounts. So what I did was I took the chop box to, where did I have my thing set? I did on the 1 minute. Oh, I used this right here. I used this this previous swing low as a target. I took this chop box. So just think, none of these candles were here, right? Like just think like everything after 6:30, none of those were there. So I put my entry right here. My entry was this red line. My take profit was even with this previous swing low. That's what I used for my target. And made that quick little, $455. And then I'm out. I was out. It was what we call a cheap trade. That's what we call chop boxes, cheap trade. Cheap meaning your risk is not that much because my stop loss was right above this swing high right here. You look at it, this was the chop box. I didn't draw it out because I know what it looks like after looking at it for so long. But basically, chop box is just consolidation area. And if you pay attention to NQ, then you'll understand the characteristic that NQ does this. And even though price continued on bullish, I still took the sell only because it's the characteristics of NQ. Of course, I could have been wrong, but just based off characteristics, I took this trade. And like I said, my stop loss was right here. Just going to just draw it out. So let's just switch this up. And let's change this to green. So that was my trade. I took it over here on these accounts, on my other accounts, not on these, not on my My Fund of Future joints. I took it on my Tradeify accounts. So that was my entry. This is my stop loss. Just a characteristic of NQ that I just know. And why my stop loss here, why I didn't target way down here, in the event that price decided to continue on. So basically, this little low right here, this is a lower low. Kind of going back to what we were talking about with market structure, this was a lower low, right? So and price continued on bearish. So we did have a break of structure, but that was it. And price continued on bullish. So I took this as my TP only because if this was just a pullback and price was going to continue in the bullish trend that it's in, then I'll just catch that quick little move and then I'm out. Now for the daily strat, that would have been a lot different because we would have had to get a fair value gap, and that trade would have been different. That would have changed the whole complexity of the trade. It would have changed the whole structure of the trade. But this was just, like I said, basically this is like a little breakout trade is what this is. Because look, price had been consolidating since, what's this? We'll say this candle here. I'll pull this back a little bit. We'll say since 546 or 846 Eastern, right? Bunch of consolidating. When I see this, I already know we're gonna have a little breakout. And that's a quick little move you can catch. Real quick. You always target the previous swing high. Previous swing lows or swing highs. In this case, because I'm going bearish, it was swing highs. If I was going bullish, I possibly would have took this and trimmed my position and left the runner only because we were already in a bullish trend. So my thought process is, if this trend is going to continue, I'm going to play it safe. If I would have took it bullish, which I didn't think that it was going to go bullish, I thought it would pull back a little bit, and it did. And I took this out of my full position. I wasn't going to hold it in the event. Like I said, it wanted price was going to continue on bullish. Now, if I took the bullish entry, then I would have trimmed my position right here and left the runner in the event, once again, price continued to go bullish. So that was my thought. That was my thought process. That's how I looked at this. But something that it's not even really anything you can teach. It's something that you'll just know just from looking at watching NQ for as long as as I've been watching. That's why I always tell y'all, like, even when you log out of your accounts, leave your charts up and just go back and just look at every day. You should be looking at the charts, looking at what NQ did, and just understand the characteristics, understand how it moves, understand like what it does when it during certain times of the day. I'm sure you guys have noticed when we get this little consolidation right before market open, you already know we're about to get a breakout. As soon as the 6:30 candle comes, you know we're going to get a breakout. Now, to what side that's going to be, you got to determine that, once again, based on the characteristics. And I just gave y'all the idea of why I did what I did. Let's see here. Yep, he took the re-entry. I would have too. Shoot, if I was in it. I mean, if I wouldn't have got on my call, I would have been in it as well. So, yep. But it is what it is. Too much going on sometimes. DS is not invalid. DS is still rocking. Yeah, DS is not invalid. Let's see here. Yep. Have a good day, Britt. But yeah, DS is not invalid. DS is not invalidated unless it hits one of these pink lines. I mean, he called it invalid. I wonder why he called it invalid. Is it because it hit? Let me see, because I know he's on. Let me see. Why did he call it invalid? Oh, because it hit. Yeah, because he's on mini charts. Maybe because on his chart. Let me see. Let me go to minis. Get the understanding here. Yeah, see, I ain't even. Yeah, I got that. I guess because on his chart, price hit this. Price hit on the mini chart. Price hit this. It touched the unmitigated level, so that's why he invalidated. I see now. Got it. So DS, yes, is invalidated because it hit an unmitigated level. So, but yep, that's that. All right, cool. So let's move on. Let's go to any questions on this. Let me know. Like I said, if y'all want the PDF on market structure, if you're in the inner circle, let me know. I'll send it to you, and we're gonna move on. All right. So, tip of the day today is. Don't add to a losing NQ position or try to lower your average. To try to lower your average. It turns small losses into catastrophic ones. And I know a lot of people do this. They'll be in a losing position and they'll add to it, trying to increase their trying to increase or lower the average, right? But the thing about that is, if price continues on going in that direction and you add to a losing position, basically what you're going to do is you're going to pretty much create a huge loss. So just always something to just remember. Don't add to any losing positions, straight up, and don't hold them. You know what I mean? It's okay not to be right. The best thing I would say is just exit out, and you should be trading with a stop loss. Just exit out and either wait for a re-entry, depending on the strategy that you're trading, or be one and done. Let's see here. Yep, at least 5. At least 5. That's correct, Kiara. At least 5. The least amount. Yes. AKA revenge. Right. That's pretty much what that is. For real. Adding to a losing position is pretty much revenge trading. You know what I'm saying? If you think about it. I know you're still in that trade, but it's like revenge to the fact of that the trade is going in the opposite direction and you're thinking that adding to the position because you're thinking that the trade is going to turn around. So you're like, I'm going to add to this losing position because You think that the trade is going to turn in the opposite direction of your loss and you're going to make that back. That's not trading. That's gambling. Just know that. That's straight gambling. That's straight gambling. Nothing but. Regina, I got you. I got you. Yep. Many of big losses come from holding poor positions. Absolutely. So averaging down assumes you're right and the market is wrong. And the market is never wrong, right? Just think about that. Just think about that. Adding to a losing position only doubles your risk. And the funny thing is, it doubles your risk like at the worst possible moment, if you think about it, because you're already in drawdown. Like, why would you add to that position? Think about that. What in someone's brain will make them think because they're in drawdown that they're going to add this position and they truly believe that price is going to go in the opposite direction? It doesn't work like that. That's you just guessing and gambling. You know what I'm saying? Just really break that down, because you're not adding to that position based on anything else. You're adding to that position based on what you think. And that's, once again, that's someone that's trying to be right. And you should never be trying to be right when it comes to trading. It's not about being right. You know what I mean? It's about following the rules and understanding how your strategy works. And a lot of times too, people that do this are people that don't even have a proven strategy. Because if you had a proven strategy, you wouldn't be adding to your losses. Now you may be scaling in and adding to a winning position. Like, that's cool. Once again, knowing your strategy, but at the same time, nah, that's not how it works in trading at all. So, oh yeah, I have too, Ty. I've done that early on. Yeah, I did that early on because we think it's going to turn around. Like, what you mean you think it's going to turn around? How you know? That doesn't make any sense. I've been there. Trust me, I've been there. And like I said, the only time to add to a position is when it's already in profit and moving in your favor. You know what I mean? That's when you possibly add to a position. But even be careful with that, because remember, when you add to your position, it changes your initial entry point. Your entry point is going to move up. So just, if you do that, just understand that your entry point is going to move up, and make sure that you have enough room. How would I say? Enough room and profit that if price pulls back, it doesn't, hit your next entry, and now you'll be in drawdown to some degree. Not on the entire position, but at least on whatever it is whatever it was that you scaled in on, 1 contract, 2 contracts, whatever that is. So just keep that in mind. Okay, fam, since we have no trades, I'm gonna head out to the gym, give me some clarity. Y'all be safe, and I'll see y'all tonight. Love y'all, absolutely. Yeah, tonight probably might be our last, it'll be our last night on the 5-0. Might have to take a little break. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see. We'll get in there tonight and we'll see. We're still rocking on. We're still on for tonight. It'll give me some time to think about it. Yeah, because, we just got to see. We got to see. But I mean, the day that it hits big is the day that it's always something going on. Can't do nothing but laugh. That's all you can do. You got to laugh to keep from crying sometimes. But yeah. Just cooking accounts because it gets them likes on their streams. Sample machete. Let's see here. Yep. Pure care. Absolutely. So just to run back through that. Never add to a losing position. Just never do that. If anything, just exit out. You know what I'm saying? And don't hold it. Because the more you hold it, that tells me you're not trading with a stop loss. You have no structure in your trade. Your trade is not based on any kind of, strategic structure. So that's just not a good thing to do. So just, keep that in mind. Just kind of just go from there. There is a high-low indicator. Yes. It's the one you see on my chart right here. These dots, blue dots, white dots, That is a swing high low indicator, and it's this one right here. Where are we at? Swing high low support and resistance by Pattern Smart. Swing high low support and resistance by Pattern Smart, and this is on TradingView. Swing high low support and resistance by Pattern Smart. So all you gotta do is just go to indicators, in this search bar, just type swing high low. A lot of them are gonna populate. You want the one by Pattern Smart. That's the one that you want, by Pattern Smart. So, boom. But yeah, so that's that. And anybody got any questions on that? Just let me know. And like I said, if you're in the inner circle and you want the PDF on the market structure basics, I got you. Regina, I got your DM, so I got you. You're welcome to, Telly, no problem. All right, y'all, any questions? Any questions, any concerns, anything y'all want to talk about? If not, we're going to get up out of here. Have a little short day today. I think we've pretty much, unfortunately, once again, our trades are, both strategies are invalidated today. Anybody that took the reentry on 5-0, I hope you eating. Like I said, I missed it because I was on a phone call. I was going to take it. Yeah, if y'all remember on the call last night, I said I was going to take it. It's all good. He said, I'm going to spark up a Garcia Vega. See, is there a what? What's the RS indicator? So, RS. What do you mean, Marvin? RS? Resistance and support and resistance indicator. I don't know. That's a good question. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if there is or not. Because you would just have to look, just go to indicators and just put support and resistance right here. Excuse me. Just go to indicators and put support and resistance right here and just see what you get. Yeah, but I'm not sure. That's the easiest way to figure out if there's any strategy or any indicators for something that you're looking for. Just go in the search bar and just type it in. And if it is, it'll populate. But if there is one, I'm not sure. I'm assuming that there is, but I'm saying I'm not sure because I haven't used one. I haven't searched for one, and I don't want to give you misinformation. So, but yeah. But now, as you can see, prices now coming down. Crazy. Can we do the vault on Discord like Juvier's live? Thanks, Sean. Have a good day, everyone. Continue to learn. We'll correct if it's 357. We'll jump in tonight, and then let me just think about it. You know what I mean? And just kind of just go from there. So yeah, I just want to put some good thought to it just to make sure, we are maximizing the time and all of that stuff. But yeah, just let me think about it. That's what I was saying. It could be the last one, especially for the 5-0. But excuse me. Excuse me. But it could be possibly we could possibly still be in there, just depending on, I got to make sure that it's, that it makes sense for us, because we're in there trading that particular strategy. We can excuse me. We'll be in there tonight and we'll just figure it out. I'm not going to make any more statements on it. We'll figure it out. I just want to make sure, like I said, it's worthwhile. So we'll see. But I'll see y'all in there tonight, for real. Just continue to push forward. It's just a little hiccup in the chain. We'll overcome it. We'll be all right. Who knows? We may continue to take it. Let's just see. You know what I mean? I gotta talk to my people. He said # make 5-0 great again. Jay. Yeah, that might be tough, but hey, we'll see what's up. All right, y'all. Well, y'all have a good remainder of y'all day. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all as always. I'll see y'all tonight in the vault, and we'll kind of just go from there and just see what it is. And with that stated, if you made any money today, log out of your accounts and don't give it back to the market. and keep your charts up so you can see what's going on from a characteristic standpoint. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I love it. Who was that? That was that's right. Javier does have his meeting, so it'll be a quick 5-0 tonight. That's correct. Meeting is at 4, so we'll jump on for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and then we'll jump off, and then we'll I know most of us are going to be in the options meeting tonight. Absolutely. Thank you for that reminder. But yeah, JR, that was beast mode, right? Yeah, that was Marshawn Lynch. I'm just here so I don't get fined. I love it. All right. So y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. Shout out to the Edge Fund co-founders, my brothers, Juvier, Scalp God. Without them, we wouldn't be here. And other than that, man, y'all have a blessed remainder of y'all day. I'll see the members tonight in the Genius Vault. And I'll see the rest of y'all tomorrow morning. All right? Y'all have a good day. Blessed day. All right, signing off. Yee.